dab me a hello.
You dab me a hello. You dab me. You dab me. You dab me a hello. You dab me. You dab me. You dab me a hello. You dab me a hello.
Welcome to You Dab Me a Hello. I am RJ, along with Mike and Andy. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for bearing with us during this tough time of getting the live stream up and running. But we're here.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
It's been a couple of weeks, so
My week's having a week.
Yeah, my week's having a week. Looking forward to tonight. I lost myself in the stream somehow, and that caused some confusion. And we were down to like 30 seconds before we were going to get cut off. So you guys got a little sneak peek of us scrambling.
Yeah, honestly, that's pretty much what we do for like 30 to 40 minutes before we actually go live, is just sit here and say dumb stuff to each other just to get warmed up.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do that every week if you guys want, but you know.
Let's get it started.
Oh no.
So how's everybody's week going? I know for fellow wrestling fans, we watched a little bit of AEW last night. We had Keith Lee make his debut along with Jay White, right?
Yeah, Jay White from IGPW and Impact.
Yeah,
so that was cool.
I bought a couch this week. Actually, I bought a whole living room set. You what?
I don't know. Mike saying some gibberish.
What
did
did
you say? IWGP?
Isn't it IGPW?
It is. IWGP. I don't know.
New Japan, whatever.
Yeah, same thing. They have a cross promotion.
Yeah, there we
Isn't
go.
If he's with New Japan or whatever. Anyways, hey, thank you guys for joining us. We are going to be talking about a very hot topic, a topic in which we've already gotten yelled at on all of our socials. We even had some guy post our bracket onto his personal page so that a further argument could ensue there.
I missed that completely.
Thank you, Tim, for that.
That's hilarious.
But
he's not here yet, so he's not even going to he's not even going to be here to defend himself. That's why he's not here, because there's a trouble streaming to Facebook.
There's trouble. I am looking it up right now, guys.
I think we should post to our Facebook page that everyone needs to go to YouTube.
Hold on.
This is not going well. This is a
fun night so far.
Yeah, I am looking. It doesn't look like there is an issue, but we're gonna try it again. Hold on.
Are we removing
the You Dad Me one and seeing if I can add it back now? There it is. Schedule right now. Boom. All right, we might be back. Let's check it out. Give it a second.
Did we got word from the production truck?
Oh, my wife said the link expired.
Yes, that one is gone. I just posted a new one. We are back on Facebook for You Dab Me a Hello. So,
all right. Now we should see 1 to 2 additional viewers come into the stream.
Luckily, we saved that for you, Nana.
Man, we're usually like top-notch production here, and today we are.
We're slacking this week.
Game.
That's true. But hey, I do have fun pictures that we've never had before. So
that's right.
But yeah,
fun pictures. We have a topic that is going to stir controversy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes,
and we're going to argue between ourselves and with whoever's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
So this should be an interesting one. And there's a baby screaming in the back, and I don't know whose house that's coming from, and thankfully not mine.
I don't think
it's definitely mine.
It is yours. I was going to say, I don't think it's my kid, and if it is, I can't do anything about it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, you're just leaving your kid alone. There's no one else home. It's just,
nope.
You're like, I got a podcast to do, kid.
Yeah. I mean, he learned how to cook and everything. So.
But hey, we've got the best movie sequels this week. There he is. Tim, thank you for showing up. This is the guy who is very angry with us about The Godfather not being on the bracket. However, Ralph Breaks the Internet is on the bracket. So
yeah, do we need to clarify? We're not trying to, between the three of us, determine the best of all time for everyone on the planet. This is our bracket, and I'm not trying to be selfish here, but this is our bracket.
But it is called "You Dad Me at Mike Hello."
I
No.
didn't know we changed the name.
No, but you're right. It is a personal, opinionated. We've had to see it first off, all three of us, and that's not the case with a number of movies actually on both of our sides. There's a lot of movies that I didn't get on the bracket either because Andy or yourself had not seen it, or you have and you didn't like it. And so in this case, I will take a lot of the credit here of The Godfather not being on the list. I have not seen any of them, nor am I interested in seeing any of them. And so. Sorry. Mike, I don't think it was on your list either, but
no, it's been a very long time since I've seen them, but I wouldn't go as far as saying I don't ever want to see them. So that's kind of harsh.
No, I wouldn't say I don't ever want to see them. I'm not that interested in mob movies, mafia movies, a number of things that Andy loves, essentially.
Well,
yeah, right.
There's a lot of movies on here that I haven't seen, so this is going to be an interesting conversation. But hey, if I haven't seen the movie, it's okay. Let's put it on the list. But if you haven't seen it, let's put it on.
That's not no.
I know how it goes. I've been here long enough since day one.
Well, we want to hear your opinion tonight. So if you are totally against this bracket, or there are better movies that could have been on the bracket, or you just totally hate everything, say your piece. I think Krista said it nicely. Remember the community standards. I would say we got enough storm clouds out there. Don't need you being 1-2.
When D2 wins it all.
Dude, this is like the best movie sequel is going to be like Secret of the Ooze at this point. Like, that's it.
No.
Oozy deuces.
Oozy deuces. It's a great callback.
But hey,
for anyone that remembers Oozy Deuces.
Yeah, but here it is, guys. Everything from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation all the way down to The Raid 2, which if you're sitting here going, what is The Raid 2? You should. It's not very popular in the mainstream world. However, it does not mean it is not one of the best fight movies of all time. You should definitely go watch it.
It's only one of the highest rated action movies of all time. Period. Full stop.
All right. Well, hey, let's get it started because I know tongues will be wagging. That's for sure. Let's move on.
Let's go.
Andy, I am going to throw in as many Western phrases as I can before the end of,
right.
It's, I've been watching Sweet Magnolia on Netflix, and it's basically just an hour of Southern phrases yelled at one another. So I'm just going to do my best to fit as many as I can in tonight.
All right.
So let's get going.
I'm lost.
We've got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation versus Scream 2. So National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is Chevy Chase, while Scream 2, as we all know, is that dude. So what are you guys thinking?
It's Ghostface Killer. Oh, wait, wrong Ghostface.
It's gonna be Christmas Vacation for me.
Oh, okay. Over Scream 2. So could we for the people at home, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was kind of funny because I don't think it's a vacation at all. It's them going to get a Christmas tree at some point, sledding, putting the Christmas tree lights up. Randy Quaid's character coming to visit, if I can remember right.
Yep.
And then Scream 2. Now, the end of Scream 1 is when we find out who the killers are, right? And then Scream 2, how does that pick up with Scream 2?
It's a copycat killer, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And Sydney's like, hey, it's happening again. And everyone's like, yeah, whatever. And then,
No way.
People die. Because that's what happens in Wes Craven movies. Scream 2 for me.
Okay.
I don't dislike Christmas Vacation, but I watched Scream 2 a lot as a tween. That's when I was, a tween when that movie came out.
Now you're just a tweener.
Yeah, when I was a big tweener.
I will like to point out that everybody is saying Christmas Vacation in the comments, but don't let that persuade you
Yeah,
anyway.
I actually think I am gonna go with Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
You know, it's a movie that I watched a lot as a kid. I watched it quite often. It's hilarious. My name is Russell Griswold tonight. One of the characters from that's the son who's played by Galecki.
Johnny
Johnny
Glow.
Galecki, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So I think Christmas Vacation is moving on. Scream 2 is out. Let's talk really quickly about Scream 2. What do you guys think?
Again, I love this movie. Watched it a whole bunch. I actually think I had a bootleg VHS copy that I watched so many times between that and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Those are two of my favorite movies back then. But Scream 2 was so the first Scream, was so big that they started filming Scream 2 only 6 months after the release of Scream 1. And it was released less than a year from the release of the original movie. And it was such a big movie that they had to keep the script a secret. They had to have the cast sign like secrecy agreements and non-disclosures that they wouldn't reveal who the killers were. And they even went as far as making the pages of the script a different color. So if someone tried to photocopy them, they would know where they came from. And as a result, the beginning of the script actually leaked out. So the first 40 pages had to be rewritten on the fly in order for them to continue with production at the beginning of the movie, which was kind of crazy. And this movie was so big and so anticipated that it was going to be released on the same day as two other movies. Andy, do you know what those movies were?
I do.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Never Dies and Titanic.
Those movies moved their release dates because Scream 2 was coming out.
Wow, that's great.
No one's ever heard of those movies before, so
yeah, I don't even. What is a Titanic?
You know, Scream 2 had a great cast too. Nev Campbell, Timothy Olyphant, who's the man. The first one introduced me to Skeet Ulrich, who ended up being on Jericho, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. You know, obviously Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Jamie Kennedy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jerry O'Connell from Sliders, was also in it too. Jada Pinkett Smith, Luke Wilson.
Great cast.
Yeah, it's like all over the place. And then they just came out with the latest Scream, and that brought back a ton of people as well. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing the newest one. I actually have to go back and watch the old ones again because it's been so long. But yeah, well, there it is. Scream 2 leaving the top 16. Next up, we do have Ghostbusters 2 versus Terminator 2.
What's that guy doing?
I love these graphics.
Is that guy waving to the fake?
Yeah, no, he's going. He's putting up the number 2.
That's actually a camera. That's a camera. He has a little camera. He's taking a picture of it. Yeah,
I would take a picture of that as well.
And then Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
It's creepy with the real teeth. It's weird.
That's true. I didn't realize that actually.
No contest. Terminator 2. Sorry, Ghostbusters.
I don't know if it's no contest. That's
for me. No contest. No contest.
It's no contest for me either because
I don't know which one. I don't know which one Tim's voting for, but I tend to agree with him. This is an easy one.
Easy one, boys. It's yeah. I mean, Ghostbusters 2. If you don't remember, Ghostbusters 2 was the one with the painting, with the in the art museum that comes to life. Which was, if you remember the first one, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis. The second one, I can't remember the dude's name, but he brings the art museum painting to life. Also a great one. I loved it. But Terminator 2 for sure. So sadly, Ghostbusters 2 is leaving the top 16. But let's talk a little bit about Ghostbusters 2, unless we don't have anything to say about it.
Hold on a second. My wife. I don't think I've seen either one of these. I have watched Terminator 2 probably 50 times since she and I have been married. There's no way she's never seen this movie. There's no way.
Oh, Terminator 2.
There's no way.
T for 2. 2 for T.
Anyways, Ghostbusters.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
What do you guys got to say?
So, I mean, the first movie was so popular that they ended up putting Slimer in here as kind of like a way to grab children to watch the movie. So, so why?
What?
Shut up.
Slimer. Children.
To captivate the children's minds and eyes to the screen. When I was growing up, my uncle had a friend who, I was big into Ghostbusters as a kid, as most kids were in the late 80s, early 90s, and he had a Slimer tattoo.
Oh, it's kind of sick.
It's like, yeah. Yeah, he's just like, I'm like, hey, where's your Slimer tattoo? He's like, right here.
Was it eating a sandwich? Because Slimer in the cartoon was always eating sandwiches.
No, he was
and
just
like
had his tongue out.
Snacks. Oh, and he did that too.
Well, we just had the kids watch. We just watched the Ghostbusters 2016 with the women, and that was actually really good. I had forgotten how funny that really was, and we watched Ghostbusters 1 with one of the kids who was brave enough to watch it, and
So good.
it was a little inappropriate at the beginning for a child, and so I had forgotten about that part. But I'm sure Ghostbusters 2, I don't think is
that,
like that. But
is that the topless Slimer scene?
Yeah.
no, I think it was actually
Some
two scenes. There was a
pantsless
library scene in which Bill Murray's character is trying to get with a girl, and then later on, Sigourney Weaver's character is very sexual towards the end. So again, for a 9-year-old, maybe not the greatest decision I've made, but yeah. Other than
Tony. Tony says he's protesting if Empire
I always
Strikes
feel
Back doesn't
Tony's
win.
passion.
that
I
may
can
or may
hear
not-
I can hear him in my head, like
Yeah, me
saying
too.
that.
It's like, guys, RJ, I swear.
I'm telling you, by the end of this, man, I'm holding it together by duct tape and happy thoughts, and I'm near out of both. So,
Oh man,
Oh, geez,
that's
he's looking at
depressing.
it. Oh, come on.
Not even 40 yet.
oh gosh. Well, hey, we're moving on. D2, the Mighty Ducks versus Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Let's talk. No Godfather 2, but D2 the Mighty.
It's a great movie.
I like how there's a
There-
picture of actual ducks.
Yeah, dude. Flying V.
It's the Flying V.
I
Have you
know
not
what it
seen? Have you not seen the
So
Mighty
dumb.
Ducks?
We can't pay for Emilio Estevez. Like it's
Oh,
just not gonna
God.
happen.
He's probably got his
anyways.
free picture on there.
He doesn't. I look. First off, there isn't many people that will say that D2 isn't somewhere in their heart. It's a great movie. If you put it right up against The Godfather 2 versus D2, maybe not as beloved, but it's great. It's a great
Is
movie.
D2 the one with the Bash Brothers?
Oh, shoot.
And Keenan's character?
I thought that was the first one.
So D2
Was it?
is
See, this is my problem with sequels is I get the movies confused.
So this is the one where he was expected. Gordon Bombay was expected to go to the Goodwill Games, I think. And in that one, what was it? He ends up becoming like a celebrity again, and he wants to neglect the team over this new, lifestyle he has. The Bash Brothers are in that one, like you said. And I can't really remember what else happens too much in that one.
I'm picking Die Hard because D2 is a movie full of lies, and I'll explain that in a minute. Full of
All right,
lies.
well, I by default am going with D2 because if I've ever seen Die Hard with a Vengeance, I don't remember anything. I watched the previews of it and I was just like, maybe.
It's the one with Sam Jackson.
Yeah, I know, but I don't.
Yeah. They're having to stop all the bomb threats across New York.
I know. I saw the preview.
First time you see him actually in New York. RJ is still
RJ's trying to. He's thinking. He's deep.
He's researching D2.
No, I'm trying to remove the stupid picture from the thing. Oh, there we go. I have two screens that I lost where I
This is
was.
going so well tonight.
I know what's going on with us. Oh my word!
Get ready for a time off.
I'm actually. I hate to say it, man. I think I'm gonna go with D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Oh my god,
Oh man! Holy crap!
Oh my gosh! I really am. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. This is off the deep end here.
I mean, I'm not the only
It's the
one.
one with
Tristan's
Samuel
with us.
Jackson. It's this. It's that. It's D2.
Thanks, Trista. I actually have that on my watch list, and I have not seen it yet. But Emilio Estevez does make a comeback for that. And supposedly in season 2, if that hasn't already come out, a bunch of other people are supposed to make comebacks. They were going to make comebacks in season 1, but COVID hit, and a bunch of people couldn't travel across the country. But their intentions were to have everyone from the movies, as much as they could, come back for that. So I'm kind of excited for where that could go.
Can we talk about how we just voted out the highest grossing movie worldwide in 1995?
because it's amazing. Because
I mean, it
Die
is.
Hard's
Bruce
awesome.
Willis, it's Samuel L. Jackson, Jeremy Irons, just so many cool people in this movie.
Sean Connery was almost the villain in this movie, but he turned it down because he wouldn't play such a diabolical villain.
He was like, he wanted to go audition for one of the Bash Brothers in D2.
Well, first off, Andy, you're pointing out that it made a ton of money, and it did. However, it does have an approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes of 59%. Its average rating is only a 6.1 out of 10. Metacritic is 58 out of 100. It's mixed or average reviews. Cinema Score did give it an A-, so that's a little better. Roger Ebert did give it 3 out of 4 stars, praising the action and the performances of Willis and Jackson and Irons. So again, great movie for sure, but it's no D2.
If you're gonna use that logic, and mind you, I voted for D2 only because I've seen it.
Don't talk about D2s.
They are a 21% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.1 on IMDb. So,
Andy, you need to take your foot off my mood.
And the box office was $45.6 million, which they probably did like in a weekend. So.
Oh man!
But here we are.
All right,
let's next round.
Gonna need you to step all the way off my back, Andy. It is. I like a lot of movies that no one else does.
Hey, I'm one to talk. Wait till you start rifling through my movie collection when you come visit this house. You're gonna be like, "What is all of this nonsense now?" Continue.
All right. Well, hey, this is where we are. We are now at the bane of our existence of this. And luckily for people like Tim, this isn't going to last long, I think. Ralph Breaks the Internet versus The Dark Knight. So,
all right. Let's make this really easy. My pick is Ralph Breaks the
Internet.
Wait, have you not seen The Dark Knight?
It took me about 10 years, but I did see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see
talking about Heath Ledger, Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Like we're talking about one of the best performances.
And I'm talking about
history,
Penelope von Schweetz and Ralph Breaks the Internet. And
I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Ralph Breaks the Internet immensely. And if you haven't seen it or you don't have any kids and there was no reason to see it, you should see it anyway. It's actually really funny. There's a lot of throwbacks to other Disney movies, other kids movies. It's fun. Is it The Dark Knight?
Listen, everybody talks about Heath Ledger as the Joker, but I think people should be equally talking about John C. Reilly as Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, it's
listen, both great acting performances as villains. I get it, but one had a great redemption arc, and one was John C. Reilly as Wreck-It Ralph.
I mean, guys, you have Michael Caine, Heath Ledger, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Morgan Freeman.
Are you saying Alan Tudyk? I don't think you are. Are you saying Alan Tudyk?
Nah, he's in my notes for a different movie.
No, he's in Ralph Breaks the Internet. He's
I know he is.
What's the name of this character? King something?
King Candy?
King Candy? Yeah.
Yeah, like the Candyland game.
It's a stupid name.
So I'm sorry, Andy. Did you honestly vote for Ralph Breaks the Internet currently?
I don't believe I stuttered when I said it. So yeah.
and Mike, where are you right now?
Dark Knight for sure.
They got an
Okay. That's up to me.
88% Rotten Tomatoes. Ralph Breaks
what
the
is it?
Internet. 88%.
Okay,
What's the Rotten
So-
Tomatoes on The Dark Knight?
like 100
Well,
in
we're
a
not talking
million.
about that right now. We're just talking about.
He's trying to make a case for his own choice. Okay.
All right, The Dark
Um,
Knight. Listen, surprisingly, it's 88
Andy,
to
we
94.
lost 4 people
94 in Dark Knight.
just because you
So-
voted for Ralph Breaks the Internet.
All right,
It's because
here
they
it
have
is.
not had
Here
the
it is.
pleasure of watching it.
I am going to vote for the movie that I saw in a homemade movie theater at a friend's house in his attic. It was amazing.
That movie's not on this bracket.
What do you call it when Batman skips
It's a
church?
different sequel. What? What do you
What
call
do
it?
you call it when Batman skips church?
A Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with The Dark Knight. Sorry, Ralph.
Yes.
So,
sorry, not sorry.
Yes, Mike said Ralph Breaks the Internet too, so clearly.
I
But I generally
Did
am
not.
sorry. I do like Ralph Breaks the Internet, and if it was against maybe anything else, it might have made it. But with
I do. I love that
couldn't in
movie.
good conscience.
When I saw
bring
this
it.
first round matchup, I was like, man, this is gonna be hilarious when I pick Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I can't believe. Oh man.
I mean, first off, I mean,
It's-
there is so many popular culture cameos. There's references to Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel Comics, The Muppets. Even the band Imagine Dragons is in it. Fortnite is in it. Stan Lee. They even had a bunch of other ones. Like, so good.
Vin Diesel as Groot. They had all of the princesses.
The princesses, right?
And that was in The Dark Knight. Now let's talk about Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah,
man.
sorry we dragged that out, Tim, but we were trying to make it interesting, okay? Listen, we don't want to just blow through this bracket. You people come for the banter, not for the finals. Let's be honest.
Here's what I will say.
If
you
they
have
came to the
not seen
finals,
Ralph-
they'd be disappointed every time.
If you have not seen Ralph Breaks the Internet, don't make fun of it. Go watch it, and then
Honestly, it's great.
And then the next time we'll go back and you'll go, wow, Andrew, maybe Dark Knight should have won, but it was close. At least give me that.
There should have been a debate.
I'll
I agree. There should have been a debate for sure.
There
All right.
should
Well,
not-
hey,
there should
I
not
am
have
like
been a
literally
debate.
crying right now. It is wetter than a submarine with screen doors. All right. So, move.
Why are you crying? Are you sad to see Ralph Breaks the Internet get
no,
eliminated?
I was laughing.
Oh, okay.
Look, I got Deadpool. Now you know what's coming up.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Well, hey, we've got Home Alone 2 versus Toy Story 2.
Um,
They're all holding bombs. Why aren't they holding
You know,
rifles? They're holding bombs.
There are people old enough watching that go, I don't remember that being Macaulay Culkin, but maybe. Yeah, so Home Alone 2 versus Toy Story 2.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
It is. Now, I think it might have been Tim on one of the comments that mentioned that maybe Toy Story 3 might have actually been better than 2. And
Okay,
quite
so-
frankly, I love all of the Toy Stories, including 4.
Four was good too, yeah.
But Home Alone 2, man, it's really good and it's really violent.
it is super violent. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know.
I'm
Thank you,
gonna-
Tim. Yes, it was a friend of Tim's.
I think he's
Well,
just
first off-
saying that to deflect.
Let's bring people up to date. So Home Alone 2 is the sequel in which he gets lost in New York. So somehow, yet again, he flies to New York, stays at a hotel, and hijinks ensue. And then in Toy Story 2, what is the? That's the one where
That was the one where the
stolen by a toy collector.
guy buys Andy at the yard sale, and then
Whoa.
he's going to restore him and sell him. And then they run into Jesse and Pokey.
Yes, the toy collector. Yes.
Yeah. And the
Al's
prospector.
Toy Barn.
Yes, Al's Toy Barn.
This was a good one. This was a little creepy at times in Al's Toy Barn with the other toys.
Not as creepy as Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 was way creepier.
I guess that's
Oh,
true.
with Gabby.
That's right. He doesn't buy Andy. My mistake. I don't know why he said he bought Andy because that's a
Oh,
child.
wow.
Yeah, I messed that up real bad.
He's talking about me.
Well, it's okay because in Home Alone, President Donald Trump leaves a child all by himself in a hotel. So whatever.
Yeah, and then he filmed a movie cameo.
Well, I am gonna go with Home Alone 2, not because Donald Trump is in it, but more because I just honestly it's the last good Home Alone. So there it is. And I have seen 3, 4, and 5, and Home Sweet Home Alone with the British kid for no
Oh
reason.
boy.
Yeah.
Why do you make
Oh,
time for
gosh.
those things?
I have kids; they wanted to see.
You have a very finite time on this planet, and you're watching
Oh,
all the
man.
Home Alone movies.
God, call me home the day I say no to a crappy sequel. Telling you.
Well, I'm voting for Toy Story because Toy Story is very
Oh,
big in my house.
Children were
All
bought
right.
in this movie, and you're
Yes,
still
no.
voting for this?
I don't remember much from either one of these. So yeah, I'm kind of feeling what Trish is saying here. Toy Story 2.
Yeah, there we go.
Ah,
All right,
I
goes my
am
way.
not a Trumper, guys. I just really like,
And
people.
and because I feel like as a complete series, it's
oh, for sure,
really
it's
enjoyable.
yeah.
Apparently, Donald Trump demanded he have a cameo in this movie because it was filmed in his hotel.
Oh, well, there you go.
So he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah,
I just found out.
He was like, I want to be in this movie, and I want to be a jerk to Macaulay Culkin. He could have done anything. Like he could have been like, "Hey, you make a cameo, be really nice to Macaulay Culkin." Be like, "No, I want to hit him," and they were like, "Don't hit him, just yell at him." That's it.
Hey kid, you Home Alone?
But anyways,
that's gross.
Yeah, Home Alone 2. Let's talk a
loser.
little bit about that. That one is they go to Florida. And he's like, dude, I don't want to go to Miami. And so he ends up going to New York inadvertently, and ends up in Central Park with the Pigeon Lady. If anybody remembers the Pigeon Lady. I think there's a pitch meeting for Home Alone 2. And it's amazing. If you can look that up on YouTube, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I love the pitch meeting.
Yeah, so good. And that's at the end. Remember, the truckload of free gifts comes from Mr. Duncan and the toy store. Tim Curry is in there as the concierge. All the people come back from the first one. And
all the kids in that scene were Duncan's toy chest. That scene that was filmed were allowed to take the toys home.
Oh, that's cool.
But it came out of their salary.
Really?
What? Yes. Yeah, it came out of their salary. So they got to keep it, but they had to pay for it. I believe that's called buying.
Yeah,
that's $19.99 out of your check.
If you remember, also the Talkboy cassette recorder was actually produced as a tie-in for the movie by Tiger Electronics, and that sold really well after the movie. I remember wanting one of those. Also, they made a couple video games on Home Alone 2 as well for Sega, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy. I remember playing it once, probably on the Nintendo or a Sega. My friend had a Sega. We used to play a bunch of games, but
super confusing games.
They were.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very good one. But
no, not at all. Not one bit.
Well, hey, next up, we've got Deadpool 2 versus Lord of the Rings 2. And oh my word, this one's hard for me.
Let's let Andy pick first because I don't think he likes either one of these movies.
I have not seen either one of these.
Oh my word.
I
still cannot believe you haven't seen Deadpool 2 because Lord of the Rings 2 I think you should see, but I know it's not your thing. But Deadpool 2 is your thing. Like, it's your comedy. It's like if you were going to be a superhero, this is who you'd be.
I know. I looked it up on Roku, and it was like a rental, and I was like, I'm broke. I don't got no money for rent.
You don't have to rent it. You just drive to.
I already
Milan.
told you.
Watch it.
We're gonna do a movie night, and I will watch this with you because it's hilarious. But you're always like, I don't got time for it. And then you sit with me for 5 hours and watch YouTube. So we're gonna watch Deadpool.
Time for this, though.
Wait, we got botch
Tristan's a
videos.
little upset
I got
about
time for
this.
that.
Can we watch 2.5 hours of AEW botches?
You watch someone face plant. Oh.
Okay, so here's what I'll say about this. Deadpool 1 and 2 are probably one of my favorite all-time superhero / comedy movies. So good. I love Ryan Reynolds, and I mean that with all of my heart. I've loved everything that dude's in, except for maybe, was it Green Lantern he was in? But other than that, I've seen everything else. I love it all the way back to Waiting, if you remember the kitchen restaurant movie
thing.
Honestly, if you have any liking of comedy, Deadpool has got to be on your list. But Lord of the Rings, man, I was forced to see that. I was forced to see the Lord of the Rings trilogy in the movie theater with people dressed up, screaming when things happened. There's a scene in which I think the dude comes in on a white horse and people were crying in the theater, jumping up and down, screaming in their elf outfits. It was scary, but I loved it. It was cool. I didn't do that though. But gonna go with Lord of the Rings too.
Yeah, I'll make this easy for you, Andy. It's Lord of the Rings.
Okay, I would have went with Deadpool too, just because it sounds like my cup of tea.
Yes, and I understand that. But also, even if Lord of the Rings isn't your cup of tea, one day you should definitely just still see it. It's so good.
Watch
All right,
all
so
the dude. Watch the extended editions.
I have notes for the movie.
You got to watch the extended editions from beginning to end in one sitting. It's only going to take you about 13 hours and 45 minutes to watch all 3 films. It'll be good. It'll be all right.
Deadpool 2 is the sequel to 2016's Deadpool, along with Josh Brolin. I think it's Morena Baccarin, I think is how you say her name. TJ Miller is hilarious in that. But Morena is actually from Firefly, the TV show Firefly. And she has a new TV show coming out this coming year on, I want to say Paramount Plus or Peacock, but very, very good. Deadpool 2 is great. What do you guys have to say about that? Or Mike, what do you have to say about that?
I love Deadpool. The Deadpool movies are awesome. It really did sort of revitalize kind of what an action movie could be, especially in the Marvel universe, being rated R and kind of raunchy, and really letting Ryan Reynolds get away with whatever he wants. I mean, he makes fun of the entire Marvel universe, but to also be a good action movie and also be, I guess, kind of tug at the heartstrings a little bit. They're really well-rounded movies. You don't have to watch them just for one aspect. And the first movie was really big. The second movie had a bunch of cameos, one being a Mr. Alan Tudyk. Matt Damon was also in that scene. Brad Pitt was in the movie for a brief moment as the Vanisher. He was invisible for the entire movie until his death scene, which was really good. They kept it a secret. They snuck him onto the set, so no one knew he was going to be there. Yeah, sorry. They snuck him onto the set.
You'll forget who that was.
And all he wanted was scale pay, which was like, I don't know, like $1,000 for the day. And he wanted his coffee to be hand delivered by Ryan Reynolds just to be in the movie, which I thought is really funny. But great movie. Don't sleep on Deadpool 2 or Deadpool 1. In all honesty, they're phenomenal movies and should be seen by anyone that gives a crap about movies. So I'm just saying. Yeah, you don't. I know you.
Well, there it is. Well, hey, next up we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. That just came up.
Whoa.
Hey, I like it. That's nice.
You're in between. Is that Raphael's legs?
It is. Currently. I mean, if you're going by the comic books, it could be any of the turtles.
That's true. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze versus The Empire Strikes Back.
Andy was about to get some oozy deuces.
Oh man. Well, hey, here we are. Empire
is
Strikes Back. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I have a feeling this might make people mad.
This is making me mad just thinking about having to choose between the two. So I'm going to let you guys talk about this for a second.
All right.
It's
Andy,
It's
what do you
Empire
got?
Strikes Back. It's Empire
Really?
Strikes Back. Yeah,
For you?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you knew about Star Wars.
I like the old school Star Wars. I'm not like a
Okay.
huge fan, but I've enjoyed them.
Okay.
Oh, this person again with these damn.
Oh, wow.
Somebody.
Loveface.xyz. Anyone watching on Facebook?
Wait.
Can you
How do you
respond?
strip without clothing? How does that happen?
That's true.
Isn't that just nakedness from the beginning?
It's naked with extra
It's
extra work.
It's just streaking. Anyway, sorry for people who are listening on Spotify. We randomly get people on our comments that are trying to put in some ads for some lovin', and
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony. We did not do this purposely. It was very randomized, and yes, it's sad. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Empire Strikes Back. Anyways, man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is great for a number of reasons. Toka and Razor, Super Shredder, Kevin Nash, what's the Vanilla Ice, Go Ninja Go.
Go Ninja.
There's so many good things about this.
Go.
You're trying to say how that's a good.
Yes, for me it is.
Okay.
Ernie Reyes Jr., that guy's the man.
Ernie Reyes Jr. is great.
He's from Surf Ninjas, which is one of the best movies ever made.
I wouldn't go that far.
He was in. First off, I don't understand why Surf Ninjas doesn't win most of our brackets, but I mean, him, Rob Schneider, Leslie Nielsen. What else is there to talk about?
Top rom-com, Surf Ninjas.
So I'm gonna go Secret of the Ooze on this one.
Oh my God.
I am not a Star Wars fan at all. I've tried. My wife made me watch a couple of the old ones. I have seen the newest ones to come out, and I like them enough to go and sit through them and watch them. It's fine. Actually, some of the Raid Redemption guys are in some of the newer ones. But Secret of the Ooze, man, I could watch that all day. So you heard it here. RJ thinks the Turtles are better than Star Wars. I've lost respect of like half of our audience.
Hear me out.
Oh God. Oh no.
Mike's just gonna choose Star Wars at this point, and then I just down myself for no reason at all here.
All right. Well,
I played 8 quarters of football.
You picked for me. I was gonna have this long drawn out explanation as to why I was picking Star Wars, but I'm picking Star Wars.
That's because Yoda best dad.
That's right. That is that's my kid's hand. Those are his fingers. And then my wife painted Yoda's head. He's got a little.
It's like
cape
Yoda's
on
head is bleeding to death on that.
No.
It's like someone stabbed him multiple times.
Do you have Jordan's other joke?
I do have Jordan's other joke. Yeah.
All right, just making sure before we got too far into this. And
but I love the Turtles. I love everything about the Turtles. But there is no way I could go a day in my life saying that TMNT2 Secret of the Ooze is better than The Empire Strikes Back. There is no. I would live. Forever.
You would hate yourself, right? You would think that you're the biggest moron in the world.
I don't.
You would be stewing in your blues for sure.
I mean, it's not like he's picking Ralph Breaks the Internet over the Dark Knight or anything. But
look, man, I'm just trying to maintain my dignity here. Okay.
I found a cool little tidbit about the Uzi Deuces, as we call it. So, some of the pizza props used in the movie were actually reused in Ernest Scared Stupid.
What?
I don't know why I like that. I thought that was like the old Ernest movies. They were great, and they could be seen being thrown at the bullies who try to attack the kids' treehouse in Ernest Scared Stupid, 1991. I forget who I was talking to. Who said that he was like the coolest guy. Oh, my boss!
I forgot all about those movies.
All right. Well, hey, that's it. Empire Strikes Back is moving on. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is
such a long episode.
not. No, remember, like the first 10 minutes of this is us just getting on. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, first off, fun movie. It's got a great rating of 35% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying not only is the movie's juvenile dialogue unbearable for adults, but the turtles' dopey and casual attitude towards physical violence makes them poor kids' role models. Mainly mixed or average reviews. However, Chicago Sun does say it's a fast, funny, engagingly unpretentious 88 minutes. And so, it is what it is.
There's that.
Gene Siskel was unimpressed. Martial arts movie in rubber uniforms.
Well, by the time that movie came out, he was like 58 years old. Of course he's not going to like that movie. Goodness gracious.
All right, well, hey, I guess that's it. The last of our movies here, we have Kill Bill, Volume 2 versus The Raid 2.
I feel like I'm going to be the odd person out here. But I'm going to go with Kill Bill Volume 2. Only because I haven't seen The Raid 2. You made me watch The Raid 1.
Another movie night
awesome.
we need to have.
Yeah, and The Raid, the original was really good.
Dude, The Raid 2 is like The Raid 1 turned up to 11.
Drugs.
It's like the remix, the techno version.
It's extreme with an X only. A lot of people love Kill Bill. It's a very popular movie. I was not a fan of the Kill Bill series. I will gladly say that I think the Raid Redemption movies, both of them, are probably some of the best fighting movies of all time. Best soundtracks along with those fights.
Super good.
The first movie was done by Mike Shinoda of Linkin Park. And it just sounds great with the fighting. Also, a lot of the main characters of the Raid movies have gone on to do other movies, or even have had a couple movies beforehand in which the fighting is very similar. Story is not as good as I think Raid Redemption movies, but the fighting style is very similar.
I didn't know where you're going with that. I thought you were saying a lot of the actors in there were in other movies. It's like, well, that's their job.
Yeah, they were.
No, you can watch both of those movies on their own. They are good. I would watch Raid 1 first. Personally, I think Raid 1's a better movie, but Raid 2 is not worse.
I disagree. I agree. The Raid 1's more compact. But I like the story that they fleshed out with the Raid 2, having 3 different storylines running concurrently that all sort of converge towards the end.
For people who don't know anything about the Raid movies, the first Raid movie essentially is a 20-man SWAT team of sorts that has to go into an apartment building to look for a crime lord. That crime lord then basically says to everyone living in the building, who are all criminals and addicts generally, to essentially kill the cops and you'll get free rent. And so basically everybody opens their doors and starts fighting in that. The Raid 2, I think the storyline's a bit more intricate than that. And there's a lot more to it, but it is a direct sequel. And in that one, he's basically sent undercover to expose corrupt police officials. But yeah, I don't think we voted. I'm voting for Raid 2. I don't know if we did this already.
And you voted for Kill Bill.
Okay, so where are you?
I, even though it was on my list, I am disqualifying Kill Bill 2. What? Because technically, Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2 were supposed to be one 4-hour movie that got split up by the movie studios. So I am going with the Raid.
It says 2. It's got the deuce.
It says 2.
There's a lot of arguments like that, though, because isn't really supposed to be all created
like Empire Strikes Back? Yeah, they're all like, everything's all mixed up.
Look, man, I need a reason to kick. I need a reason to justify why I'm kicking Kill Bill off this list, so I'm going with that too.
All right, that's fine.
For anyone that knows me, knows I'm a huge Tarantino fan. I own and have seen almost all of his movies, if not, even True Romance, which a lot of people don't like. Natural Born Killers, all these movies he's been involved in. I also own and love. But the Raid is so good.
I did not like Natural Born Killers.
That's a weird one. That's a weird one.
I have to think about it. You may not like me. I don't think that I like one Quentin Tarantino movie.
Reservoir Dogs?
Reservoir
No.
Dogs. Yeah.
Oh, take it back. 2009's Inglourious Bastards. Great.
Super great movie.
Super.
Yes.
Good movie. Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I don't think I like any other movie.
I think you
Reservoir Dogs,
should.
Pulp
I think you
Fiction,
should watch
Jackie
Reservoir
Brown.
Dogs again.
I mean, I could. It's got great 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Reservoir Dogs is easily one of my favorite movies ever. Period.
It looks like
Yes.
Tony agrees with you on this one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Making
Thank
it
you,
as one
Tony.
clip.
Anyways,
Let's move. Oh,
Kill-
sorry, Mike.
you
Andy,
want to talk
do you
about
have
Kill Bill too?
No.
No? Okay. So there was a scene. There's a brothel segment where the bride meets with Esteban, and it was actually filmed in a Mexican brothel, and all the extras were prostitutes.
Oh.
That's like, imagine just like knocking on the door. Hey, can we shoot a movie?
The plot of Kill Bill was actually revealed in Pulp Fiction. So there's a scene where they're in the restaurant before they do the groovy dancing, where they're eating dinner, and Uma Thurman's character is talking about a movie that she auditioned for and a script, and it's basically just the plot of Kill Bill, which is really cool. So you should watch Pulp Fiction again, and then watch Kill Bill, and then all the other Tarantino movies because they're good.
Caitlin
What
says, "What's the movie
what is
that
your
sounds
voice
like and rhymes with the Disney movie? Is that a Tarantino movie?" I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that question means. What does that mean?
It's a riddle. You gotta figure it out.
Can you
The
clarify,
Hateful Eight?
please, wife?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The Hateful Eight.
Yeah,
right.
I'm kind of in agreement with
Django.
Tim on Pulp Fiction. It was okay for me. It was all right.
All right. Well, hey, moving on,
It
guys.
was cool scenes. That's about it.
We have other people asking for more information from Kate's question.
Yes. Are you
But,
in distress,
moving on.
Kate? What?
We-
She's literally in the room
Yeah,
next
but-
door. She's like half asleep right now.
National
That's
Lampoon's
awesome.
Christmas Vacation versus Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Georgia.
Yes,
Andy,
that was
Andy
the
and I
topic of conversation.
had a very complicated discussion about the spelling of judgment, but that is the correct
It
and
is.
biblical spelling of
I
judgment.
looked it up. Right.
We had to look it up.
Right. Then we
That's
went
how
into
Jesus
further
spelled it.
discussion that that was when Jesus fought the Terminators. That's
Yes.
where that spelling came from.
I don't want Terminator 2 to win this because I feel like it wins everything we ever do.
Because it's good.
But it's Terminator 2 for me. Christmas Vacation, great movie, funny movie, but is it Terminator 2? No. I mean, there's so much good about Terminator 2. So that's my vote.
Tim says Jesus was terminated for your sins.
Oh my word.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Andy, what do you got to say?
I gotta go with Terminator 2.
Okay, that's what I was gonna go with too. Sorry, Christmas. Well, no, not sorry, Christmas Vacation. It's fun.
I am leading on stage at church this Sunday. I will try to fit in. Jesus was terminated for your sins at some point.
As soon as you're done with, like, are you doing like a first part and a second part? Because after the first one, you just go, I'll be back.
That's what he said.
The T.
I'll be back in 3 days.
The T in Terminator is almost shaped like a cross. I mean,
Oh my word, I am getting this, dude. First off, I'm gonna wear this shirt on Sunday, and it's just gonna say he was terminated for your sins. And then on Easter, I will wear an "I'll be back" shirt. Actually, that should be Good Friday, really.
With Terminator with Easter Bunny ears.
I'll be back.
You gotta
Thank
kick
you.
that,
Thank
Church.
you, Krista. Yes, they may be watching now. I may not be playing on Sunday. I got a call earlier, so I'm playing guitar, but I wasn't singing, and I was like, oh, it's the first time I've not been asked to sing. And then they called me and they're like, oh, we forgot, you could do one song. So now I'm doing one song, but now I'm getting a call tonight, and they're gonna be like, we just don't want you to play at all.
well, if you do end
It's
up
one of
there,
our songs.
well, at least you could play the Terminator riff. You can, shun, 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 shun. And then, he is.
Are you
He
ready
is-
for this? Dun, 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 dun.
He is coming, and then the put Jesus's face on the screen.
Can we just
But then it turned.
Good Friday service? You just play Terminator, literally going, "Oh, I'll be back." Like, and then that's how we end the service. Lights
You
out.
have to have Jesus's face morph into the T-800 metal skull.
And then on Easter morning, we play the scene in which Arnold Schwarzenegger's naked and he comes back, and like it'll be like
where he teleports. Yeah, where he teleports in.
We splice it. We splice it with Passion of the Christ, where the stone rolls away. But then it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger naked.
Django.
I mean, you don't see anything, just a butt.
Dude,
but
what's in that wine?
Oh my word! You really were thinking of Django. Oh my word!
Yeah,
you cannot mix those two movies up.
No.
Yeah. Hey kids, let's go watch this Disney movie, Rango Unlimited. Anyway, sorry, we went off on a
Christmas
tangent
Vacation.
there, but
Christmas
yeah,
Vacation's
Christmas
out.
Vacation, Terminator 2, Christmas Vacation is leaving. What do we think about Christmas Vacation? I mean, first off, Johnny Galecki, Randy Quaid, Beverly D'Angelo, Chevy Chase, Juliette Lewis, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. So many great people in this movie. It's hilarious.
Even though it is hilarious. It is hilarious. I was gonna say, even though it's a Christmas movie, you never actually see Christmas Day during the movie. It ends on Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, what was there was another one in which they go to a theme park. What is the National Lampoon theme park one? Does anybody remember?
It's probably one of the more modern ones.
No, it's
No,
old.
no,
It's
no.
What was it called?
Vegas Vacation? No,
Maybe it was just called Vacation. Was it just simply Vacation? It was just simply Vacation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was America's favorite family fun park, Wally World. I think I had forgotten how good that movie is too, until recently. But yeah, I mean, a bunch of the National Lampoon movies with Chevy Chase are good. I think someone said it in our comments earlier. I've heard not so nice things about Chevy Chase. I think he actually left Community at some point due to him not being great.
As a matter of fact, the original director, Chris Columbus, for Christmas Vacation dropped off the project because Chevy Chase was impossible to work with.
Is that the same Chris Columbus that did Home Alone?
I believe it is. Yeah.
Or is this the Christopher Columbus that discovered America?
No, it's not the one from Indigenous Peoples Day. No. As a matter of fact, he got the script for Home Alone as a favor for doing Christmas Vacation. John Hughes was like, "Hey man, I know this Chevy Chase guy is really hard to work with, but if you do this, I got a great script for you." And that's how he got the job for Home Alone. There you go.
Oh no.
So I don't know if there's much else to say about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, It is a funny movie. I think at some point, if you're a Christmas movie fan, it should be on your list. Probably similar to like It's a Wonderful Life and Christmas Story. It's just a great movie to have in there. But next up, we've got D2 The Mighty Ducks versus The Dark Knight.
I still can't even believe D2 has made it past the first round.
Oh, you guys are
because of this.
For this pick.
You guys are ridiculous. Well, I'm picking The Dark Knight. I'm not dragging this out.
Quack.
Did you say The Dark Knight?
Quack.
No, Dark Knight. Dark, D-A-R-K. Can't mispronounce that. Unless you're in Rhode Island, where it's the Dak Knight.
It's the Dak Knight. You got those ducks, quack, quack.
Look, Pete, I agree with you that the knuckle puck is what's up.
Where do you think those ducks are flying to? Are they flying to Cumbies to get the coffee?
D2 runs on Duncan.
No, suspense.
Oh gosh.
It's a Dark Knight. Dark Knight.
It's got to be.
Wait,
Dark
Andy,
Knight.
did you just vote for The Dark Knight?
Yeah. Just because I voted for.
You shocked me. Well, then I guess I'll vote for
hold on.
D2 because it doesn't matter.
Why are you shocked?
Right.
Why are you shocked that The Dark Knight?
That Andy, I don't think that Andy enjoys superhero movies that much.
I do.
This isn't a superhero movie.
I'm
This
not like
is
a huge
tragic story of Harvey Dent.
Of a news.
So much more than that.
Yeah.
Soft hands, Goldberg.
All right. Anyways, yeah, Dark Knight moves on. D2, The Mighty Ducks. Let's talk a little bit about that one. For anyone who is catching up,
a movie filled with lies.
Yeah, you need to explain yourself here.
So throughout the entire film, the entire movie, they talk about how Iceland is a powerhouse of hockey.
Mm-hmm.
There has not been one Icelandic player in the NHL ever.
Maybe
as of 2020, there has not been a player from Iceland in the NHL. They can't be that good at hockey. Full of lies.
It's a fake kids.
Lies.
They only picked countries where hockey is irrelevant or not popular. That was
okay. So that was purposeful. That's why they received a 21% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
that was only the scenes that they actually showed. So they did have victories over Canada and Russia, which are obviously powerhouses in hockey, but they were only like the news clippings that they won. And RJ was like,
RJ's so mad he just left.
He's
like
Googling Icelandic hockey players.
You guys could be a bit more go with the flow. I'm blowing my nose, and now I know.
That's why we said you left, because you're so upset. Listen, I made up a story as to why you're not here, and then you come back wiping boogers off. You
could just simply say, like, not even mention I'm gone, because I can hear you the whole time.
That is RJ hazing time when you are not on the screen.
All right. Well, hey, The Dark Knight has made it. Let's move on. Next up, we've got Toy Story 2 versus Lord of the Rings 2. So,
what do we got? Toy Story 2 and Lord of the Rings 2.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Toy Story 2 and Lord of the Rings 2. This is where the randomized brackets come in and they don't make sense. It's there may have been a mistake made.
Listen, it's very clear, RJ, who the winner is here, and it's Toy Story 2.
I'm not sure it's that clear.
Look how many votes there are. There's 3 other people that agree with me right now.
Yeah, those 3. I would say 2 of those 3 people have not seen Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
The Two Towers is probably one of the best battle scenes of all time.
Yeah, the Battle of Helm's Deep was phenomenal.
Gosh, the fact the white horse scene.
Just pull the Band-Aid off, please.
What's going on here?
Just do it.
I already voted for Lord of the Rings 2.
Yeah, Two Towers. Let's go.
Oh.
Two Towers. Sorry, Toy Story. I love you, but Two Towers.
It's got other movies. Toy Story 3 and 4. They're good too.
That's right. We could do a bracket of just the 4 Toy Story films.
Yeah. There we go.
And include the Halloween ones.
But we'd have to split them up. It'd be like Toy Story 2 Part 1 versus Toy Story 3 Part 2.
But then Mike will come in and be like, actually, this was supposed to be all one movie, and they cut it into 4, so they're all disqualified.
Let's talk about Terminator 2.
The winner was Toy Story Part 2 of 1. So...
Do you know that Tom Hanks was a direct descendant of Abraham Lincoln?
I did know that.
There's that fact. That's in
my mind too. All right. Toy Story got kicked out. We're talking about Toy Story, aren't we?
Yes.
Are you saying Toy Story or Toy?
Toast
Story.
Toy Story 2 came out in 1999. This is the sequel to the 1995 Toy Story, in which Woody is stolen by a toy collector, which we talked about before. And Woody is then tempted by the idea of immortality in a museum. Kelsey Grammer, Joan Cusack, Jodie Benson are all new characters introduced in the film. This is a really good one. I do like this one. It's got a rare, or had a rare, I don't know if it still does, 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, just like the first one.
Listen, Kate. So for anyone not watching, yes, I did want to name one of our children Strider. However, when you type it with a Y and it's incorrect, it looks stupid.
Toy Story 1 and 2 both have 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's not Lord of the Rings: Two Towers, though. Sorry.
No, it's not. It's also
got
kind of hard. These are
150%.
such different movies too.
They are. One's Toy Story 2 and one's Two Towers. One of the greatest movies of all time.
All right. Well, hey, there we go. Next up and last, The Empire Strikes Back versus Raid 2.
Oof.
Oh,
I'm
Empire
sweating.
Strikes Back versus
Sweating.
Raid 2. Now, this is for me a battle of what is the most popular and an easy answer here versus just one of my all-time favorite fight movies that a lot of people haven't heard of.
Empire Strikes Back.
No. Can we talk a little bit about what is the Empire Strikes Back plotline for people at home?
It's a space opera.
Yeah.
And
The
it's
rebels
good versus evil.
It's set 3 years after the events of Star Wars. The film recounts the battle between the Galactic Empire, led by the Emperor, versus the Rebel Alliance, led by Princess Leia. Luke trains to master the Force so he can control the powerful Sith Lord, Darth Vader. I did see this one. I did see the first one. I did see the third one. I may not have finished the third one. I apologize.
Also,
Empire Strikes Back for me.
It gave us the great song Seagulls. If anyone doesn't know the song Seagulls, you need to look up bad lip reading Seagulls. Phenomenal. Just saying. What do you got, RJ?
All right. What did you just vote for?
I didn't vote for anything yet. Andy voted for Star Wars.
You voted
Empire
for Star
Strikes
Wars. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I'm going to make it hard for Mike. I'm going to put this all on Mike.
Oh,
I'm going with the Raid 2. The Raid 2 is a better movie than Empire Strikes
Whoa,
Back.
hold on. Hold on. You can't say that it's a better movie. You can say you like it more, but you can't say it's a better movie.
It's all relative.
No, that's true, I suppose. That's the whole point of this podcast. And that's why I'm picking Star Wars.
You can't have an opinion on this opinionated podcast.
Yeah, sorry the Raid 2, but I got to go with Star Wars.
Hey, now, I'm not even mad. I get it.
I love the Raid movies. And I own some of those other movies that you were alluding to earlier. Like The Night Comes for Us, Kill Shot, Triple Threat. There's a whole bunch of movies that those guys went on to star in after the Raid series, because the Raid 3 unfortunately got canceled. But yeah, the Raid's awesome. If you like action movies, man, the Raid movies are so good.
Yeah. The Raid movies, 2011, 2014, are Indonesian movies. Do not watch them dubbed, please. Just read a little bit. It's like 90 minutes of fighting and 2 minutes of talking. Chill out.
Yeah.
But it's super good. I think his name is, and I'm going to butcher this, but I think it's Iko Uwais.
Iko,
he's the one.
Yeah. Uwai. Iko Uwai, I think. Yeah.
He's in the movies you mentioned, but he's also actually in Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg. And he was in, what was the other one? Stuber, I think it was. And then there was another guy or two that ended up being in Star Wars, and I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Iko, Yayan, and I can't. It starts with a K. I can't remember.
Yeah, they were in The Force Awakens. Yeah. And get this, I just heard about this. Iko is filming Expendables 4 right now.
Yes.
So I am excited about that. Expendables is one of the worst great movies of all time.
But yeah, the fighting and the training and the amount of precision that goes into the fight scenes in the Raid movies are like second to none. You really can't get much better than fight scenes in the Raid movies. The kitchen fight scene in the second movie, which is absolutely phenomenal. The director designed the entire fight with the choreography team. It took 10 days to film that fight scene to get it looking as good as it did, and had 196 individual shots just to make up that fight scene. It is absolutely amazing. They fight with karambit knives, which are those the hook knives that sort of come out from the bottom of your hand and have a loop that goes around your pointer finger. It's pretty nuts. It's a great movie. Absolutely insane.
Also, Julie Estelle, who plays Hammer Girl.
Hammer Girl.
Now, and she is actually a woman who fights with hammers. Is the voice of April O'Neil in the Indonesian version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So
she fights in a bus subway car. Sorry, that's in a subway.
Yes,
car.
it's her and Bat guy.
Bat Boy.
Bat Boy, yeah. So I think Rama fights both of them at some point, and he's fighting a girl with 2 hammers and a dude with a bat.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
He's deaf. That's why he bangs the bat on the ground.
Oh, I think I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. He listens for the echoes off the walls. He bangs the bat on the ground and listens for the echoes to find out where people are, like Batman.
Pretty good. Oh, love face.
Because bats use sonar. Bat Boy. Goodness gracious.
I get it now. Yeah. Okay. But hey, here we are. We're in it's dad joke time. But first, before we get there, we are here in the finals of the sequels. And you know what? This is a great lineup. Terminator 2, Dark Knight, Lord of the Rings 2, Empire Strikes Back. These are 4 powerhouse movies. So anyone who was worried that it was going to be Ralph Breaks the Internet versus D2 versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 versus Toy Story 2, you're mistaken. It is powerhouse movies. But before we get there, as you can tell, our logo has changed. It is time for dad jokes. Hey, it's dad joke time. I appreciate everyone being excited about dad joke time. I actually think some of you have just waited for this and you're going to go to bed after this. But
yeah,
that's what Pete said.
We have scoured the internet for the finest of the dad jokes.
I
have a feeling that you guys are gonna somebody's gonna say my joke tonight.
It's possible.
Yeah. What are the scores, Mike?
So somehow RJ's in first place.
He's somehow freaking hilarious
with 10 points. Andy is in second place with 9 points. And I, the funniest of the 3, and the one who came up with this idea, is in last place with 8 points. I don't know why. So,
well, you get to start off, so you better start off strong.
I do. Here we go. Right. I'm keeping with the theme tonight of movie sequels. I have a very on-topic joke this evening. Here we go, Andy. My wife kicked me out of the house tonight. She told me it was because of my terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions. I told her I shall return.
I have heard that one. It is funny though.
You guys are terrible.
All right,
Andy, Daddy.
Did you hear the people in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but the people in Abu Dhabi do?
I hate both of those. You know what? I'm gonna vote for Andy's just because I already forgot Mike's.
What? It was about the Terminator.
Oh yeah.
Goodness gracious.
It was his delivery, I think, that kind of did it.
I had to.
Should I have done my Arnold impression?
You probably should have. Yes.
Yeah.
I told my wife I shall return.
See that? Yeah, that would have been.
Because that was better.
Yeah, you might have won. Won.
All right.
I'll
remember Andy, that every joke going forward will
again?
now be in Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice.
All right. Hey, Mike, do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is? Do you know?
R.
Yar, you think so, but me first love be the sea.
I knew that joke. That's why I didn't.
It's like, say it, damn it.
All right. Well, hey, I don't think I told you guys this, but I put up a high voltage electric fence all around my property this weekend. My neighbor is dead against it.
I like, yeah, RJ. That's a good one. That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
like
one.
that one too.
All
That's
right,
good. That's
and
good.
and I already knew Andy's joke. So
That's
Andy's jokes are so bad, but his delighted laugh afterward is great. Oh gosh! All right, man. What do you call a
Hey,
French
listen.
man? What? Oh,
me,
sorry.
that's me.
At least I'm
French.
entertaining the people. It's okay.
What do you call a French man with a sandal on his head?
I know that.
Felipe Floppe.
So stupid.
What?
So stupid.
Felipe Floppe. Flop. He's a French man with a
So
sandal on
dumb.
his head. That's hilarious.
Listen, the other night, my wife burst in the room, told me I was immature, so I told her to get out of my fort.
You're up against Felipe Floppe.
He didn't even say it right.
Yes, I did. What do you mean?
No, you don't know French.
How would you say his name?
Andy, are you picking RJ or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let me dazzle you with my son's joke. Okay, you ready for this one? Would this have won it for me?
Oh wait, I have to have a joke up against his. I told him I would do that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you look for your joke.
Okay.
The dad says, "What's 1 + 1?" And the kid says 2. And the dad says, "No, 11."
Oh man. All right. I do have a joke to go up against that.
Okay.
I wasn't going to use this one, but I feel like it's fitting. What's leafy, nutritious, and invisible? This cabbage.
That's stupid.
All right.
Jordan wins.
So
Let's get back to the
all
bracket.
right. So I'm not French. So can someone please? Is it Felipe? Oh, how would you have said the last name to be
I
French?
think because you butchered it.
Philippe. It's Philippe Flop.
Yeah, but
Philippe. It's not Felipe.
Yeah, like flip flop.
whatever.
Philippe Flop.
I like the way I said it better.
It was because RJ butchered it so bad. He said it with such conviction.
Guys are terrible. I wasted my Arnold joke on you.
Oh man.
I'm gonna do the rest of the episode in my Arnold voice. Just to annoy people.
Well, hey, we're here, guys. This is it. We are in the top 4. Let's just recap here. We've got Terminator 2, The Dark Knight, Lord of the Rings 2, and Empire Strikes Back. We are running a bit low on time, so let's go right into Terminator 2 versus The Dark Knight. Oh man, this is a tough one.
Can we?
I'm gonna let you guys go.
I was gonna say, can we go to the other side of the bracket? But also,
let's go to the other side. We can make our own rules.
No, but that one's just as difficult for me. So this whole thing sucks. So I'm just gonna quit now. You guys figure it out.
All right. Well, Terminator 2 versus The Dark Knight. For me, just because I like the story better. Now, overall, Batman probably has a better story from start to finish, like everything. But Terminator 2 is just, that movie keeps me enthralled the whole time. Like I really enjoy a lot of aspects of that movie. The Dark Knight you cannot put past. The acting is great. The story is great. I've never been a huge DC fan. I find myself just liking the other side better. But I'm gonna go with Terminator 2 on this one. Terminator 2. Terminator 2.
All right. I was on the record that I hadn't seen Terminator 2 for a very long time. It wasn't up until this year where I finally sat down and watched it. I thought it was good. However, maybe if I had seen it when I was younger, it would be a little bit more ingrained in my head as like a top quality movie of all time. The Dark Knight, it took me a very long time to watch that, but I remember enjoying it greatly. So I'm gonna go with the Dark Knight on this one.
I don't want to vote it off this bracket.
I have more dad jokes if you want me to just
don't
kill the time.
I don't want to, but
You have to vote one of these off. It's up to you.
there's no way. There's no way I can say Terminator 2 is better than The Dark Knight. So I have to kick out Terminator 2. And it pains me to say that because they are both really good. RJ's really mad. I can tell.
No, I'm actually not. I'm actually not. I did enjoy The Dark Knight. It's just a preference thing for me that I'm not a huge Batman fan altogether. It's just not my thing. But I do appreciate The Dark Knight and everything that it's about.
The thing for me is Terminator 2 tries to be bigger and more philosophical than it really is. It's a movie about a guy who time travels and robots shooting each other. The Dark Knight has much more substance to the story. So Dark Knight it is.
I got nothing to say.
Yeah, I mean, The Dark Knight makes
notes?
Terminator 2. We've talked about Terminator 2 so many times on this podcast. It is one before on this podcast. Robert Patrick renewed life for him. That is the guy who plays the T-1000. He is actually on a show that I'm currently watching on Paramount Plus called Scorpion. And he's so good. And it's such a different role for him. So I appreciate seeing him on the screen again. I fell off the Terminator bandwagon shortly after this, though, and I've seen maybe one after this.
You jumped off the train at the right time.
Yeah.
There wasn't much redeeming about the Terminator series after this, except for maybe Sarah Connor Chronicles, that short-lived TV series with Summer Glau. That was pretty good. But Terminator 3 was just Terminator 2 again. And then there was some garbage after that. But yeah, Terminator 2 was awesome. What I found out was Robert Patrick is the older brother of Richard Patrick, the singer of the band Filter, which I did not know.
Oh, what? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Hey Man, Nice Shot has nothing to do with Terminator. Take a Picture.
Like
One of my least favorite songs. I absolutely hate that song, but I can respect it for what it is. But yeah, T2 is awesome. They had some interesting ways to come up with some of the sound effects for the T-1000, which was Robert Patrick's character. They would record dog food coming out of a can for some of the liquid effects. They would also wrap a microphone in a condom and put it in a water and flour and bring it to a boil to get some of those sounds.
After the first part of that sentence, I don't know where that mic was going.
Hey, man.
Nice shot.
Yeah, those sound effects guys for those movies have to get pretty creative sometimes.
All right, RJ.
All right, well, hey, here we go. Next up, we've got Lord of the Rings 2 versus Empire Strikes Back.
ESB. It's late, so I'm just going to do the abbreviation.
I am going to go with Lord of the Rings 2.
What a jerk.
Oh, man. I hate both of you for making me choose again.
So if you're just catching up, Lord of the Rings 2 versus Empire Strikes Back, 1-1 currently. It is up to Mike to decide who goes into the final bracket. Lord of the Rings.
Two towers.
Oh, there it is.
What?
Yeah. It is a better overall arcing story. Lord of the Rings 1 to 3 is a better story for me.
Listen,
I'm not even ashamed to say it.
I love Star Wars. Okay, anyone that knows me knows I love Star Wars. Star Wars is a space soap opera, and there's some lasers and some swords. But man, freaking Lord of the Rings, dude.
Yeah, Mike is pulling through. He should have pulled out.
Hey,
on his choices.
Man, we'll talk about Lord of the Rings a little bit more later.
Yeah.
But man, I again, I love Star Wars. There's no denying what sort of impact Star Wars had on movie culture, sci-fi culture, pop culture. I mean, Star Wars is still everywhere. It's still super popular. Man, Lord of the Rings is so good.
All right, well, hey, there it is.
I said pulling out of your decision on the movies.
It's
The
the
Dark
way
Knight
you said it.
versus the Lord of the Rings 2. I'm going to start with Lord of the Rings 2 because I just know more about that one. But Lord of the Rings 2, the Two Towers. Man, again, I was made to see these movies, but I grew to love them so quickly. This was a 2002 film, directed by Peter Jackson. This one is the continuing the plot of the Fellowship. Frodo and Sam continue their journey towards Mordor to destroy the ring. They're then joined by Gollum, the former ring keeper, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli.
I'm sorry, are you saying words right now? Like,
yes,
reunite with Gandalf.
Listen, and wait, Andy, are you meaning to tell me you have not yet read the Silmarillion?
Is that
you
like
need to watch The Lord of the Rings? It's so good.
Is that like Felipe Flape?
Felipe Falape. Man, Elijah friggin' Wood, Liv Tyler, Viggo Mortensen, Sean
Astin,
Kate Blanchett, Ian McKellen. So many good people. Christopher Lee,
Lee, dude.
Monaghan, Billy Boyd, Orlando friggin' Bloom.
That's right.
That's all I have to say about that.
You just said it. You said it all.
I said it.
All right, here's my Lord of the Rings.
Pete needs to shut his hole.
Here's my Lord of the Rings notes. What are with these names? That's all it says. I was trying to go through to pick notes, and I got so confused just reading all the different names, and I was like, are these places, people, things? Like what are these?
Yep, they're all those things.
Here's the thing. It's almost like what was that show that everybody loves?
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. It reminds me of that, where
George R.R. Martin's got nothing on J.R.R. Tolkien.
This is where I'm
don't even start this argument.
This is where I'm drawing the comparison. If I cannot, like, if there's so many characters, which Star Wars does too, but like where the names are so confusing, like it throws me off. I can't enjoy the movie. Like someone tried to show me Game of Thrones, and I was like, who? I don't even know what the words that are coming out of your mouth. Like I need subtitles to understand what's going on. Like I feel like that's what I would be like watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's because you have the attention span of a goldfish. But if you just sat down and listened,
I do.
Soaked it in.
You're the one who puts the wrong name, the wrong winner into the next bracket.
I went to the movies to see them, so I had to pay attention.
Listen, the Lord of the Rings story was written in the trenches of the World War. This is where the story originated. That doesn't necessarily completely show in the films, but that's where all these giant battles, and all really get fleshed out. There's a lot of really great stories weaved into Lord of the Rings as a whole, because of the friendships that, that Tolkien formed with the people that he fought in fought with in the war. Like you can't deny how amazing the story of Lord of the Rings is.
I feel like I would like the movies, but I wouldn't love the movies. That's kind of probably why I haven't gone out of my way.
I can see that. I can respect that statement you just made.
All right. Well, hey, The Dark Knight. How do we feel?
It's Batman.
What? You just voted? That was it?
What? No.
Oh.
Actually, Dark Knight is the first Batman movie not called Batman. How about that fact?
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Bring
this is a 2008 film, co-written by Christopher Nolan, but this is a sequel to Batman Begins, starring Christian Bale. But Michael Caine, Heath Ledger, Gary Oldman, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Morgan Freeman. And this one, basically Bruce Wayne, or Batman, the police lieutenant James Gordon, and the district attorney Harvey Dent form an alliance to dismantle organized crime in Gotham City, but are menaced by the mastermind known as the Joker, who is played by Heath Ledger. Great movie, man. I did not want to see this movie when it came out, just because, again, I'm not into Batman, but I did see it, and I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah, it took me a long time to watch The Dark Knight. I'd always, heard the hype of the movie, and I had watched the first few Batmans that had come out. I'm not like super into comic book movies, but I do enjoy them. I don't go out of my way to watch them, but when I finally sat down and we watched it, it was really enjoyable. Everybody talked about Heath Ledger's performance, and I am in agreement. So it was really good. So I don't know what else there is to say.
I mean, it's
what my
10 things
pick
I
is.
hate about you, but
It's you know what my pick is. So.
Well, my pick is Lord of the Rings 2.
Yeah, like
and yours is The Dark Knight. So, Mike, you get to choose The Dark Knight or Lord of the Rings 2.
Can we just combine them together as a co-winner?
We could.
We cannot let this be the unraveling of our podcast.
I have two hands, and one vote will be for Batman, and one vote will be.
It's not
for
like it's
Lord
Surf Ninjas versus Three Ninjas. Like, there's gonna be a winner here.
Oh man. Yeah,
we're doing it to Mike on purpose.
Trista said it. Honestly, there is no loser in the scenario, but I think I would have to agree that if I had to pick one, it's gonna be The Two Towers.
Whoa!
It's just too epic. It's too.
I honestly didn't see this going this way. I thought we were gonna get Terminator 2 because that's what we always pick.
Me too, actually. You heard it here. The top sequel of all time is The Lord of the Rings.
Are you guys happy now? Are you guys happy that it wasn't some crap movie that you couldn't believe was on our list?
It could have been Three Ninjas Kick Back.
Look, I wasn't trying to name my kid after Batman, all right? I was trying to name my kid after Aragorn. And then when my wife said, no, I don't want to name him Strider, I said, well, how about we name him after his sword instead? And that was also a no. So this is my redemption arc.
If
you heard it here, guys, Lord of the Rings 2. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna, if there's one thing that comes out of this episode, is that I need to go sit down and watch The Godfather 2 again, because it's such a great movie. It's been on our list.
Listen. That's all I got. I don't have anything to say.
You just listen to the music. And go watch Creed.
Hey.
Creed was such a great movie.
Now that you brought it up, let's talk a little bit about some of the movies that were
we
on
are
our
way
list.
over time. No one wants to hear
that
this.
didn't make it.
Hey, people are still here. They didn't leave yet. So,
Wait till next week. We're really gonna upset people.
When we're not doing a show, that's right.
No, we actually when you were not watching wrestling with us yesterday, we had asked if we could do it next week and not the week after. So as long as you're cool with meeting next week.
All right, so I won't be here next week, and Andy and RJ are doing the podcast on their own.
Oh no, are you not here?
No, I'm here. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Best movie sequels. I wanted Halloween 2018 on there. I wanted Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I wanted Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I wanted The Hunger Games Catching Fire. I wanted Jumanji: The Next Level. John Wick 2. 28 Weeks Later. The Lost World, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Final Destination 2, A Quiet Place 2, Harry Potter 3, and Lego Movie 2.
Jeez.
Just a
Lego Movie 2 was on my list as well. But listen, Evil Dead 2, Mad Max Fury Road, Aliens. That's all I have to say. Tony, what do you think? I know Tony will agree with me on at least 2 of those.
All good. Hey, next
all
week.
Right, well, hey, what do we got?
Next week we're on the movie kick still.
Yep.
We are
80s comedy movies. We've done 90s.
Yes.
Now we're going into the 80s. So Goonies, Weekend at Bernie's, Princess Bride, all that fun stuff.
Yes, 80s comedies. Right now, we have agreed on 10 that have made it into the list of 16. So we still need to find 6 more that we can agree on, or at least 2 of us agree on. And the third one, we'll have to wing it. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one. So we are going to be live next Thursday at 9 o'clock. And then we will be taking February vacation off, which is the 20-something. I can't remember what that was. But.
Whenever the kids don't go to school.
Yes. But anyways, hey, thanks for joining us, everyone. We appreciate it. We appreciate your comments tonight. I think this might be one of the larger comments number we've had. But feel free to share this as it comes out this Friday. We do have, I think it was last week's episode or the week before that coming out. So that'll be out tomorrow on Spotify and YouTube. So feel free to share that. But yes, thank you guys. Have a good night, everyone. This has been You Dab Me a Hello. You didn't ask for it, but here we are anyway. You dab me a hello.